everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be talking about the outside realm, and this is my full explanation. You can call me Aurora/Muba, and my pronouns are she, her, cat, kitten. Of course she, her just works fine. So let me show you the introduction. So these are first off my personal beliefs. Most altered humans have their own theories about their origins and where they come from. My own beliefs tend to be a little convoluted, and I'm going to try to explain the best I can. I'd also like to mention that everyone is of course entitled to their own opinions, religion, beliefs, etc. And these I'm just trying to share my own, maybe give some inspiration or get you to try and come up with your own theory because I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so I do want to mention one last thing before we begin. I used to be a part of a religion called Meowism. After relatively recent events regarding Meowba and Technoblade, I am no longer supporting this religion. I hold nothing against them. However, I no longer call myself a Meowling or use the Meowling language. Several things like my name Muba are still the same, although I may change that later. And also, a while ago I did make the Meowism hand guide, so if you would still like me to post a video about that, let me know, and I may end up considering that. Like, right now, I'm sort of still a little bit on the edge of calling myself a Meowling or not, or even just Meowling. Because I'm just saying Meowist and Meowling are different words. Anyway, it's a whole other video in itself, but I'm still sort of on the edge, which is why I'm keeping my name Muba, but maybe you guys can start calling me Mew for short, and I guess I'll just see how I like it. I'm also considering changing my name to Meow, because I feel like it's more fitting, but, yeah. So, let me show you the 8 categories. So, Harborers. They control everything in the outside realm, from sorting the spirits, essences, and souls, to creating them, to turning them into voices. They are in charge of the entire multiverse, and I'll be talking more on that in just a minute. And now spirits. So, animals and humans all have spirits. Again, the terminology I've sort of made up myself. You can call it whatever you want. But there are, for me, 2 categories of spirit as well. So, there is a new spirit and an old spirit in my theory. When a spirit is sorted in the outside realm by Harborers, they will inhabit a body that fits them. A spirit has to be at least one animal, but it's possible to be even hundreds. For example, a Cladotherian is the entire family, so that's sort of their origin. Like a spirit can be hundreds of animals. So that means they can inhabit any of those 100 bodies and feel comfortable and in control. When a spirit goes into a body, they are pushed into the recesses of the mind and only able to control a few things. The consciousness and physicality of that life have nothing to do with spirits. Some people also like calling their spirits super egos. And yeah, next slide. So spirits continued. So new spirits are, well, recent. Harborers create new spirits to inhabit new bodies, and they haven't had any past lives before. Now for old spirits, they have had at least one past life. Some can have thousands, perhaps even infinite lives, nobody's really sure. Most of the time, however, a spirit will have 1 to 2 lives and become a voice, and more on the voices later. I have at least 8. I'm assuming I probably have at least 20, to be honest, but I know of 8 of my past lives, and I made a whole video on that. Okay, so essence. Similar to spirits, except they can only inhabit plants or inanimate objects. Instead of being pushed into the mind, they're actually pushed into the material, unable to control or think. They also have new essence and old essence and are sorted by Harborers just like spirits. And another difference is that instead of actually dying, when the material is broken down, that's when their life ends. Souls. So everything is again the same as spirits and essence. There are new souls, old souls, etc. And except they are from different dimensions. So dragons, unicorns, etc. are what I call souls. They're in the same sorting place called the outside realm as spirits and essence. Souls can be an inanimate object and an alive creature, so I did this so it would be easier to remember and keep track. So overall, souls are spirits and essence, except they come from a different dimension and they are creatures that we don't know ourselves. Like a dragon or a unicorn. So recap, now that you know a little bit of an overview, let me explain the characteristics of the outside realm. This is the place that Harborers live, and for a short time, spirits, essence, and souls. It's a place in between. dimensions untouchable by anything. Harborers erase the memories of the time spent there and in past lives to avoid cluttering the mind of spirits, essence, and souls. Sometimes, however, certain events can trigger those memories back. And then here's some outside realm characteristics. So here is the creation of SEO. So inside of the outside realm, harborers create new SEO. I will now be calling spirits, essence, and souls SEO to make things a little bit shorter. They also sort the old lives coming in into new bodies, and they also turn old lives that are so cluttered by past memories they can't erase into voices. But again, more on the voices later. So yeah, they create new souls and they sort the old past lives of the souls coming in, and they erase the memories. So here's the creation of an alter human, the moment you've all been waiting for. There's my cat. I don't know if you heard her. She's meowing like crazy. Okay. So now for the explanation about alter humans and alter animals, although we cannot communicate to confirm alter animals. So why are there more wolves and cat Therians in the Therian community? Well, it's likely because their spirits are similar to ours, and when harborers misplace them, they don't notice before it's too late. Of course, even some that are very different have been misplaced before. So first, Therians, Cladotherians, Polytherians, all kinds of Therians come from spirits because they are animals or pre-existing animals from our world. Second, object kin and plant kin come from essence. And lastly, other kin and fiction kin come from souls because they are from other worlds. So I would like to mention something. I actually got a question about aliens. Would they, because they're still in our universe, but they are not from our Earth. So I believe I would classify spirits to make things simpler from our Earth. But if you want to be really technical, aliens would be spirits too. But here in my own theory, to organize things better, I would say that if you were an alien, otherkin, or Therian, since it cannot be confirmed, it would be a soul instead of a spirit. Okay, so here's part 2. So any other alter human type, either doesn't come from any of those three, or sorted. Oh, my sentence is a little bit wrong here. Okay, so any other alter human type that doesn't come from an SEO, spirit, essence, or soul will just be sorted in a scene fitting. So I haven't mentioned some of the other alter human types, and so those would just be sorted into SEO as scene fitting. Or they're just not. Maybe like an other-hearted is kind of on the edge. Is it an alter human or is it not? So an other-hearted may not be in any of those three categories. Alright, so a little thing here. With so many new SEOs coming in from all the universes and dimensions, harborers will of course make mistakes. Unfortunately, we do pay the price from that. And yeah. Also, I really do like this image. I think it's a furry. I always have to put this in all my videos. A furry is not an alter human. It's somebody who likes to cosplay as an anthropomorphic animal or draw an anthropomorphic animal, or even just animals, for fun. It's a hobby. It has nothing to do with alter humanity. Okay, so here's some other information and the wrap-up. So, voices. Next, we finally have the voices. So, voices are old SEOs that harborers realize are just too cluttered to continue. They just can't erase the memories anymore. Sometimes this can happen after just one life. There is no place in the outside realm for them to actually go, so voices are sent to inhabit the minds of animals. Due to mechanics I'm unsure of, they can only inhabit alive objects. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm like 95% sure on that from what my own voices have told me. And I'm just going to interject a little thing here. Yes, I have voices. No, they're not always bad. A lot of times they're actually really nice and kind and helpful. And yes, sometimes they are... Actually, oh my gosh, I literally have it right here. I'm literally describing the thing I already have on the paper. Okay, so when voices inhabit new lives, often they are actually quite nice and enjoy giving advice. Other times, though, the voices are mean, thus giving them a bad reputation. So don't worry about me, because mine are actually really, really nice. But I do know people that have some disturbing ones, so beware. Okay, other. Some random information to clarify a few things now. The one main voice in your head is actually your spirit. of course, it's also combined with your conscious mind, which is different from your spirit. So there's mental, emotion, physical, and spirit. Physical, you're obviously a human. Spirit, you are your certain alter human type, or your regular type if you're not an alter human watching this video. Yeah, so your spirit and your mentality can actually clash a little bit, in my opinion. So I think that voice, like your one singular voice. We're not talking about the hundreds of other voices of old SEOs. No, we're talking about the one single voice that dictates pretty much everything. Or if you use visual images, because I know some people use words, some people use pictures. I believe that is a reflection of your spirit, but also your mental self as well. Okay, and again, not every alter human has a past life. Sometimes SEOs are new and immediately put into the wrong body without ever experiencing a past life. And that makes it even more difficult for alter humans to, or I guess alter animals, to figure out what they are. Okay, so then we have catalyst language. So SEOs and harborers speak catalyst language. The reason your SEO doesn't speak catalyst language is because it has to adapt to its environment, and voices don't adapt as well to their environment, so sometimes you can still hear them speaking catalyst language. Also, voices' memories aren't 100% erased. I don't think I have that on here. So voices, again, have trouble getting their memories erased, which is why they become voices later. And so they're so the lives when they are in the other world, when they are in the outside realm, they can remember some of it. And that's how I know, because I have the voices. Okay, so on the next page, I'll do a short demonstration of the language. And I did not fully translate what my voices told me. Also, I can't turn it into actual human words. They refuse to tell me. So, yeah. First of all, this is what I've decoded over here on the left. So here we have all the symbols, and here we have all the sounds. Also, if you will notice, let's see here. Okay, so if you will notice, I categorize them into 2 letters, 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters, and 6 letter is the biggest one. So ignore this little part over here. I had to crop it, but my one of my voices, she's very nice, her name is Feather. She gave me this little thing to decode, but I did not have that much time before making this video. I'm very sorry. So I actually only did the first 3 lines and then one of the 4th line. So I'm gonna try and do a little bit of an imitation, but they say it's so fast, it's really, really hard, and they use a lot of visual images as well. So I'll give you 1 second. Jana foril ba saja and malterna fra shira al salamar jaja na fal sa serl sinta a sail ja al terna. That's sort of what they're like, but there's hundreds of them often. Often when people have voices, they have at least 3, I would say. I have a couple hundred, maybe even reaching the thousands at this point. I just get more every day. I guess because after I found my ultra human self, I guess, I don't know, maybe somehow the harborers felt bad for me and wanted to give me friends. I have no idea, but for some reason, ever since I discovered my alter humanity, I've been getting more and more voices. I guess it's because I'm a safe space and I'm not gonna freak out over them anymore. Okay, so like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments, and for more, please like and subscribe. There's also a little secret regarding my theory book on this page. It's kind of obvious, but okay, it's right here. I wasn't gonna say anything, but okay, my theory book got unpublished because I really didn't like the first chapter, and a rewrite is coming soon, my 12th rewrite. Give me a little bit to figure out my theory book. And my album Bright Star is still pending to go on Spotify. Give it 1 or 2 more days and I'll make a whole video on that. And thank you for watching. Bye!